All right. We're about to start. About to do the coverage. I'm actually starting earlier. I had this thing scheduled about, I think about 15 minutes from now or whatever, but I'm actually starting earlier. I want to see some of these other races that are going on, and then I also got to rehab and do my training. So normally you guys know I cover the whole meets and everything like that, but this is going to be like 10 o'clock at night. I don't even want, like the last event for USA Trials, I don't want to really be up doing that. I'm trying to get more rest because I got injured because I wasn't sleeping well. I got to get up at 4 a.m. So I got to handle business in different countries. So that being said, all right, before we get into today's topic, which is USA and Jamaica Trials, 100 men and women, what we're going to do, I'm going to let everybody trickle in, but don't forget that you are watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Don't forget, stay blessed. Remember, if you're a no-name athlete like this bib number here, or a no-name person in your community, you can go ahead and make a name for yourself. Make a name for yourself, no matter what anybody else is saying, no matter what a critic might say, whether it's somebody like myself that will analyze you or whatever in whatever capacity. You could be a professional athlete. We got a couple of them that watch this YouTube channel, whatever. You just got to stay focused. I want to say that before everything I'm going to say today. I'm just doing the analysis. Oh, and by the way, Ayanna Brown, that's right. Remember to like the video, like, share, subscribe if you aren't. Okay, look, shout out to everybody coming out. Ayanna Brown, Albert, she said ready, and he said, man, just go to Jamaica. We have the most excitement of tonight. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to wait for the Jamaican website to actually load so I can talk that at the same time, because y'all know I can't show the videos or they're gonna strike the channel. If I could, I would do the analysis and do all the videos. Like I said, in the future, I'm gonna find an alternative around it. But this is one thing I gotta say. We got some people here, and not to really disparage them with their screen names and everything, but this is a public platform and people put these up, and other people say I make things up just to say things. I got screenshots of all the stuff, these comments. So the people here, we just gonna get to the elephant in the room. Sha'Carri Richardson did not make it out. That's what some people are watching it, and I'm not here to rub it in their face, but I will say this. My accuracy on what I call things, now I was not correct on some other things there, but on the major players and the major points, whether that was last year, Allison Felix getting no better than bronze in that 400, or seeing Shanae Miller-Weibo still do okay even with her injury, or when I switched from Shelly Ann Fraser-Price to Elaine actually winning. It took until I saw that one race, then that was the evidence. Or just whoever, so on and so forth. I might have got some things wrong, but I'm very, very accurate, always in the right vicinity. And this is where I was. They said Sha'Carri not making it through the round. Really? Okay, cool. Everybody's going to disagree beforehand, because I could have very well been wrong. But this is the reason why I'm putting this on the screen. The guy said, dude has to pander to Jamaican subscribers. What are you expecting him to say? The funny thing is, I was talking about, and I realize a lot of my subscribers don't even like Tariq Nasheed at all. And I just spoke about him just before that, and how I agree with pretty much everything that he says on things, especially from my experiences, from even my friend in Nigeria saying that we're getting killed in the U.S. For a reason, black people getting killed in the U.S. for a reason, or all of the other things. Like, I got personal experience with these and other people. So I don't got to pander to nobody. Plus, I just call it analysis. That's what it is. So what I'm going to do right here is to talk about here. Let me play this up, and then I'll get into this. Here, Richardson, depending on which version of her we get. Now, a lot of y'all gonna maybe disagree with me on this one. I think that Richardson could have a chance of not making it through the rounds, depending on how she runs a race. If she has a misfire and she's matched up with the right people in the field, that she has a misfire, that means she starts slower than normal. I think that speaks for itself. If she starts slower than normal, like I said, and this is what it was, she started slower than normal. If she's out of shape, that's what's going to happen. So let me take this off the field. Like I said, not to rub it in the face, but I'm not pandering to anybody I don't got to, but really I shouldn't even have to defend myself. I'm doing analysis on athletes from different cultures and different countries. And like I said yesterday, for the few people that did come out to the live and see the video, no matter what I say, somebody will say I hate foundational black Americans, as I am one, or they'll say I hate Jamaicans, depending on how it is. It's going to be people whining. So I'm going to get to USA. Let me see if Jamaica has updated its live results here so I can talk about this too. Oh, finally, we got them updated here. Man, I use high tech too. This should have been updated a while ago. So I'm going to go back and forth between them. But right here, where are we going to go? Let's go to the men's first for USA. And we can break this down heat by heat right here. I like how they got this one broken down here. Let me see the comments here. Albert said, Brianna Williams haters need to come out and show themselves. 1098 while slowing down. I know. I think she slowed down, what, about 80 meters at the 80 meter mark. Dazzle Mavic, hello to you too. Shout out to you for coming out. Shout out to everybody coming out here today. Nick Roberts said, yeah, Brianna slowed down 10 meters out. Yeah, something like that. 10-8 loading. OL, big up me wife Bree. All if a one fan I need to go hack. All if a one fan you have left, I'll be here. Okay, I understand that's the slang there. I gotta read these before I say it out loud, because I remember one time y'all was trying to get me to read something and y'all was laughing at my accent trying to do it. Let me see. I need to rewatch. Let's see, because I ain't even see Brianna because I was watching Shelly. Yeah, you know what? Because the start was so horrible. Yeah, that's right. People saying they can't believe Brianna slowed down and still ran that. They say, I think Shelly will only be running the 100 semi and then she'll do the 200. That's what it looks like. Okay. Let's say Brianna taking the third spot. Sorry, Kimba. Nick Roberts said. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. If she turns out to be an Andre DeGrasse, if she turns out to be that type of athlete, this is going to be interesting, because Kimba Nelson looked good last year and then she didn't make it through or and whatnot. Remember, NCAAs are training their athletes to be in NCAA. Not everybody's body is going to handle it. Yes, here we go. I'm reading the wrong comments. Let me go back to the live stream. Here we go. Shout out to everybody here. Okay. Trayvon Bromell, he did exactly what he needed to do. 10-10, qualified, was very relaxed. Really nothing through with him. Kyrie King called that one yesterday. Swint, I did not see Swint making it. Mike Rogers, as I said, it was probably going to be a struggle for him to make it through at all. But he got fourth place there. There we go. Let's go over to the next one. Oh, yeah, Martin. That's who was shouting out Martin. I don't know why I got Marvin Bracey yesterday, Javon Martin. But, yeah, I'm surprised Martin didn't do a little bit better, but he was right there neck and neck with Rogers. So, Fred Curley. Now, this dude just went out. I'm like, wait a minute. Is he the world champion or something? He got to buy it and whatnot? Because he going to 983, and he's just going through. He's like, all right, can tomorrow come already so I can be crowned the champion? That's what he's running like. He running real relaxed. Oh, wait a minute. You guys can't see that. Let me change the zoom on here. There it is. Okay, so he ran real relaxed here. Look at this, 983. If y'all saw this race, and if you didn't, go to it afterward. But this man looked like he's ready to take on everybody. So I'm just like, okay, cool. 983. This is what I noticed. Because of how the schedule is shorter, because they don't have the multis or the 10K. Remember, the multi and the 10K, I don't think they're doing here. I think they're already finished with those. So they took out that They are, I think, copying the NCAA type of standard that's right there, where you're doing the semis and the finals on the same day for the 200. And I really don't like that. I would have liked it for them to do it, or did they do semis and finals on the same day last year? Something is telling me, because of this shortened schedule, they got it on the same day, and I think we're gonna have a different type of outcome here than we will at the World Championships, just because of this scheduling. Now, you guys let me know if you agree or disagree with that, but that's going to change up a lot of things. It's very crunched in the 1 and the 2, and I think that's why Lyles also didn't double, because he's not really coming from Curly's standpoint, where he's really good in the 400 too, and he got that strength. So, Cravant, obviously he made it through. Garcia made it through. And then on time, Belcher made it through. Now, this one, I think I got this one all the way out, because I was like, I don't think I see anybody here other than Curly making it through to the final. So I didn't even call anybody on this one other than Curly. I just couldn't see it. It was too close for me to call anybody there. The Francois said, I thought she may get a bad start in the final and not make the team, but that 11:31 WTF, I know. They said it seems deliberate for some reason. I don't know about that. See, I can't YouTube is telling me to put in the ad. I'm not about to put in the ad. I'm fine. Shout out to everybody that donates via the Cash App or PayPal. I appreciate y'all. But anyway, I don't know if that's deliberate, but I'll get to that in a second. Christian Coleman, he really just did just enough. He looked around. He was like, all right, I got to put in a good effort, because I think that's the rule for the buy for USA trials. You got to put in an honest effort. That's what it is, honest effort. Because you could just go up there and then walk, but then for TV ratings and everything, it'll look bad. So he made sure he was in the lead the whole time. He controlled it. Marvin Bracey was doing just enough. He knew where he was too. And then Elijah Hall, he did his thing. Kendall Williams qualified on time. I'm not surprised about this outcome at all. I pretty much called these where they were. So Coleman is pretty much how he's doing this. He might do the next round, but I highly doubt it. He's preparing for the 200. Then Brandon Carnes, unattached 10-10. Actually, that's a surprise win for me. Unattached athletes getting a win. That's good. Isaiah Young, I was actually accurate on this, where he had to qualify by time down here in 5th place. So, yeah, I'm hoping he can do something better. But, yeah, Benerick, I can't tell if I think he was aware of where he was. But looking at him, he could definitely run faster, obviously. But I was a little bit shaky there. But something tells me he knew where he was. And then Michael Williams has actually been doing pretty well this season. So I look forward to seeing what he's going to do in the next round. But how I'm looking at this on the round after this, how this goes, depending on how they got this one seated up. Now I'll see this live right now, because I did not look at this here. Where's the men's 100 semis? Whoever the designer is for this. Oh, they haven't done it yet. So the start list for each one of these aren't out yet. So I guess I'll just have to do it tomorrow morning or overnight. Record that when I wake up in the morning and then upload it. So let's go over to the Jamaica trials, and I'll read your comments real quick. We're going to do the men. Let's see. They said, I think Shelly will soon scratch. The 10-7 look close to being all out. Oh, yeah. They said Fred has been telling us he is ready. I believe him, Ayana Brown said. Yep. Oh, yeah, everybody that's here, don't forget to smash the like button. We got over 160 people out here. Let's get the likes up. Ian Seduta Roy, shout out to you. He said, sup, Head and Shoulders. Thanks for this presentation. No problem. Carla72, it's good to see you. Hope school and everything's been treating you well. Coleman only need to run one round. Yep. They said we're not going to make excuses. It is what it is. Yep. So let's go over here. Oblique Seville. He was looking left, looking right. Let me zoom in for this because this is a smaller screen for you guys. I probably got to press zoom on here. There we go. So Oblique Seville, while looking around, he's turning darn near all the way around, going at sub 10 speed. Even if you're comfortable doing that, just imagine you're looking and turning your torso. He's turning his torso and shoulders. If you're doing like a bridge, doing a bridge, and then you got to turn up and you got to reach to one side bridges, that's what I got to do for rehab. That's hard enough. Run at almost still holding back for yourself and turn around at those speeds. It still does stuff to your body. The man, I mean, imagine tripping while turning. That's a very dangerous thing to do. And he made this look comfortable. So he's definitely one to watch. I can tell who his coach is because he's got a very similar style to Bolt right there. There was like a very similar style to Bolt right there. It's like signature at this point. It's kind of like looking at the women's side, and y'all know whose coach that is. Y'all like, okay, you know this is an MVP. You know this is an MVP athlete. If you close your eyes, you could probably tell who has been working under Coach Francis. Same thing here. So Walker in second, Murphy had the got an automatic qualification, and then Barneswell. I'm not actually familiar with Barneswell, to be honest, but he qualified on time. So that's one of the athletes I'm not familiar with, Ramon. So Johan Blake, this was actually pretty decent, a 9.93. He's been looking good, like I said, throughout this season and everything like that. So he's looking really good. He's looking much better. I'm glad he's still continuing to run. I like to see fast athletes continue on what they're doing. And if he's got that goal, he's very focused. If he can make it through to the next Olympics and he keeps on that, maybe he'll get a coach. So everybody, yeah, Glenn Mills. I wasn't going to say his name directly because I want to like build up more of the hype. But yeah, Glenn Mills. Everybody got their signature coach where you got that type of form. You could tell it's that coach. But Johan Blake, he's looking good. Hopefully this holds through. And I really want to see him make it out of the trials. Bailey Cole, decent. I think he was just like, hey, look, I need to qualify for what I need to qualify. Okay. Nigel Ellis, same thing. I'm hoping he comes through and does a faster time and has a better showing here, because Nigel Ellis can hold his own. He's been doing some good things in the past, and I would like to see him go through. He held back likely because it was like, okay, but this was too close to call because he's got Gale right behind him, which isn't Gale, I think, isn't he doing the jumps and he's doing this? So, and then Williams, I'm not sure who that is, but he made it through. Well, oh, wait a minute. I do know who this is. But he made it through on time as well. So let me go to the next rounds where I'm less familiar with some of the athletes. I know Akeem Blake, he was decent. That came down as far as just people just floating through at that point, because all three of them were just away from everybody else. Kind of take a look to your left, your right, top three make it through. Then it's got to go on time. You just take it through. It's whether you want to lean or not. And then it's Jones, Blake, and Bailey. Campbell made it through on time. That was the last qualifier that made it through on time. Then on this one, so this athlete right here, I think somebody brought up Goldson before at GC Foster College. Now, I saw this in the comment section, but I am not actually familiar with this athlete. So I'm going to do some research on him going forward. But he got the win in this one. I'm not familiar. I got to be honest, because some athletes I'm just not familiar with. Heslop in second, and then Xavier, he goes to Oregon. He winded up getting third, so that's good. We got another collegiate athlete. We got a couple collegiate athletes. Here's this athlete right here. With college, I think we got three collegiate athletes that made it through, so that's pretty good. They said Where's skiing at? Huh. Interesting. Let me see here. You know what? I guess these are just the athletes that made it through and whatnot. They said long jump and triple. Yeah, I think I know him more as the triple jump, and then but last year wasn't he injured and he had a knee injury or something like that? Because I think that was Gale, and it was really hard to watch. It was real hard to watch, and I'm like, man, I'm pulling for him, but it just wouldn't go through. They said Sha'Carri needs coach Stephen Francis. Yeah, Richardson does need a coach that's gonna help her on a start, because I will say this: Francis does know how to get people with starts to go through. But like he said, he takes average athletes and make them extraordinary and whatnot. I don't know if he looks at her starts. She might be an average athlete in quotes, but is her start average? Let me stay on the men though. So let me read here. They said didn't even know he ran two. Oh yeah, yeah. I wonder, because a lot of these athletes that do long and triple, they actually do come out and run. Like Tara Davis, she does 100-meter hurdles here and there. Or Atara. Why did I say Tara? She would kill me and her dad saying her name wrong. But yeah, she's would do 100-meter hurdles or do something like that here and there. So you get a lot of these athletes that do double for that. But yeah, this is here. Oblique Seville looking real good. Johan Blake, depending on how they make these heat sheets, like I said, I'm probably just going to cover it over overnight. So let me go over to the women's side again. The women's 100. Oh, they call it the Nike Women's 100. So the USA Trials can be, oh yeah, the Toyota Men's 800, True, Xfinity. I guess they can sponsor these. I forgot about that. So let me go all the way down here, heat by heat, lane by lane. All right. Okay. Aaliyah Hobbs looks, they said, bro, you need to see the women's 100-meter semis line up. Heat 1 is going to have you freak out. It will take a 10-8 to come in second or third. Okay. They said very hard to watch, felt like secondhand torture. Oh, secondhand torture. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when Gail got injured at the Olympics, yeah, that was real hard. I'm gonna say on this because you guys are about, I think, 15 seconds behind me or whatever, however this lag does. But yeah, Gail, that one was hard to watch. I hate seeing athletes when they are injured, and it's the Olympics. So he's gonna keep on trying. If this was World Championships, maybe not. But personally, I try at World Championships. They paying me tens of thousands of dollars, and at the Olympics, maybe your sponsors are paying you something, or maybe you can get better sponsors. Maybe that's what's on the line. But personally, the Olympics make billions of dollars that don't pay out nothing. So in my head, I'm just not thinking like that. But that was very, very hard to watch. Very hard to watch. But here we go to the women's 100. Aaliyah Hobbs looks freaking phenomenal. After that 1083, I think that she's got a good confidence. I think we got another athlete with the potential here to be in the sub 10-8 club. She's going to be in that 10-7 club. If she looks as good as this in the next 2 rounds, I think it's almost guaranteed at this point. It's almost guaranteed. I'm about 90% certain that at some point, I don't know if she's going to do it at USA Trials, but if the wind is good, the weather's good, then we're... Coco, what the heck are you doing? My rabbit over here sprinting around. She does her daily 2 or 3 times sprint, get excited. But anyway, she's getting ready to get on the track herself. If she can keep this form, she's going to be hard to beat at the USA Trials, and she might actually put herself in contention to do something at Worlds. I can't say it now until she actually get into the 10-7s, because I think it's going to take a 10-7 low to get third. I can't see if it's going to take a 10-6 or 10-5 to win. I don't see still third place. Maybe that's going to be a 10-7 something. I still see it like that, because Sharika Jackson, I'll get to her in a second. But Aaliyah Hobbs, man, I gotta give it to her. 1088. Clark, she actually did surprise me a little bit. Sant Price, no surprise there. I think she actually had them at the start, but that could have been the angle, the foreshortening of the angle of the camera. Javian Oliver. Now, this is her season best. Is this her opener? I thought this wasn't her opener. I think this is like her third race or something like that, maybe fourth one. I'm actually surprised she had to struggle here. But Clark actually overperformed in my view. Briscoe did exactly what I thought. It was going to be a struggle for her to make it. Yeah, this one kind of turned out how I thought. They said Jamaicans are sweeping again, unfortunately. Zay said. They said Brianna is 10-8 form. Albert said, I know you mean he's talking to somebody else, Fireheart. He said, I know you mean the best for Brianna, but sometimes you have to use insight. I knew she'd be running this well once trials came. She's a championship performer. Yeah, that's how. That's what I mentioned in the other one. She might turn out to be a Blake. So let's go over to Heat 2. Let me stop saying like Obama. So Twanisha Terry, TT Terry, 1092, very easy win. It was a little bit harder for her to run than Aaliyah Hobbs with that 1088, but still looking real good. I personally would like to see TT Terry keep coming out, especially with her representing the track club that she's representing. So, TT Terry, good job on you. Oh, this guy is right. I was incorrect. I'm going to have to apologize for this one with the Star Athletics. I'll get to that in a second. So, Barnes for USC. I should have seen this one actually, because USC, saying this again, USC actually has a high, and I mean a high amount of athletes either currently running for them, like as in they're representing them actively, or they're former athletes like a Michael Norman, although he didn't do anything in his individual 400 at the Olympics. But they go to these world championships and Olympics, and they are starting as far as a college to rack up some of the highest amounts in recent years of medals. So athletes that go to USC, they actually rack up a lot of medals, but it's usually in the 2 and up, not necessarily the 1. Tiana Daniels, no surprise there. Cunningham, maybe a little surprise because Barnes actually got in there, and then I didn't see this one at all. Another person necessarily making it out of this one on time, but congratulations to Simone Darius on that one. Now, Tamari Davis, going back over here to Heat 3. 1104, nothing too special out of the athletes here compared to everybody else, but these are the athletes I thought made it through, would make it through, except for Davis. I was a little bit shaky on that just because of the other athletes, but she made it through, and I'm actually pretty satisfied with that. Prandini, 1118, no surprise with her making it through, and then Collins. Now, here's the thing with Richardson. Once again, for the people that weren't here earlier, if you catch it on the replay, I replayed back, and you can go over to 17 minutes, 26 seconds, and for the next 30 seconds, I say my take on Sha'Carri Richardson, and all I do is analysis. I'm analyzing these things. For the people that get butt hurt and say I'm pandering to Jamaica or pandering to whoever, I'm not pandering to nobody. Just because y'all listen to Flowtack up your in your ears all day, or other people, or you go to a Jamaican YouTube channel and all they pander about is Jamaica. I'm here talking about all the athletes. I have my personal athletes that I like, and I still will tone them down, but I just gotta say, y'all gotta start admitting, for the people that's hating on it just for no rhyme or reason, that I'm accurate on many of the calls. I might not be accurate on all of them. Who is? But I'm accurate on many of the calls. And this one right here was it. Calling on Sha'Carri Richardson. If she has a bad start, and this is what I tell people, when you have a bad starter, think of Sha'Carri Richardson a little bit different here. If this were Tyson Gay, which is not a good starter himself, Usain Bolt is an average starter, or average to good, right? Tyson Gay is a bad starter. Then you got somebody else that is a horrible starter. This is what Sha'Carri Richardson is. Sha'Carri Richardson is a horrible starter. It's not about, oh, this person got high top end speed. You're so bad, you just got to catch up. Imagine a distance runner starting in the 100-meter race. And you say, well, if he does a start with a little bit of a running start, you know, a floating 100, and this distance runner might be able to break 10 seconds. Just imagine a distance runner on men's side break 10 seconds. Well, let's say, because his top end speed is just phenomenal. It's better than everybody else. Well, if he can't get his start, he's out of the race. There are many distance runners that are actually pretty decent in, potentially, in the 1 and the 2, especially the 2, when you start seeing those 800 runners. But they got to come out the blocks like that. They can't have the floating start or else it just doesn't count. So this is the same thing with Richardson. She's essentially like a distance runner coming into the race with her bad starts. And imagine you have a misfire, which is exactly what I said. Shelly Ann had a misfire in her race today, which was a worse start than normal. Everybody has them. And it's unfortunate that she had it here in the trials. I just had a feeling that because she's not in the top shape that she's been in, just like last year, she's not like what she was in college. She's not like she was last year. She's not running as well, and especially as early. So the coaches probably tried something different. They said, look, we normally get you peaked up early, you're running too fast, and you slow down. Because the same thing happened with college. She ran fast. It was good enough to win NCAAs, so the college coach had her good. In my opinion, she should have stayed there. But they didn't change the financing thing at that time. It was a year after, or two. It was like during the it was a year or two after, during the pandemic. Then they changed it where they started allowing the NCAA athletes to get sponsorships. If only they did that, she would still be at LSU, and she probably would be NCAA champion in the 1 and the 2 again. She probably would have doubled. I got to be honest. That coach at LSU be printing out 1 and 2 athletes from Muna Lee and all types of other athletes. That's just what happens. That's just what happens. So I spent all of this time to say, look, y'all got to analyze athletes. Sometimes people have phenomenal starts. That's what Tyson Gay had. Tyson Gay had a good start. Remember Usain Bolt? This will be the last thing on this. Usain Bolt and Tyson Gay. I'm going to take this off the screen and make this on a black screen. Usain Bolt and Tyson Gay. Berlin, 2009. Now, Usain Bolt actually had a better start than he normally did. And he was already an average to a slightly above average starter, where he had an even better start. Funny enough, Tyson Gay had a better start. They both had it at the same time, but problem, Tyson Gay is already a bad starter. So a better start for Tyson Gay is a good start, and a better start for Usain Bolt is getting out on some of the field or much of the field, which is what he did in Berlin. That's where it comes to watching these races, analyzing it, instead of saying, I got a bias and I like somebody, and then just talking from there. This comes from me being a coach too. I've had to coach this with pole vaulters and get them on the bar and say, okay, we got to try to match you up and run to the box on every single time. This is coming from me coaching long jumpers and triple jumpers, where if they run a little bit too fast on this one, they got a lot of power, then they're going to foul or something like that. This is you coming on time after time after time. So that's where that comes from, that analysis and that eye on this. So, and that's not coming from me just looking at somebody and saying, well, you know, and randomly. This comes from experience. Even if I'm not a pro athlete, I definitely came up to coaching people and surrounded myself with good coaches. Anyway, getting back to this. Somebody said Shelly had a bad race. She didn't get a good start at all, but her pickup and top end was phenomenal. However, she shut down 2 minutes from the line, still clocked 10.7. Yeah. Now, the semis list is still going to be on USATF. You got to go to results.usatf. Actually, I'll post it here so you guys can have it. Let me post this right here. And then you just go over to June 24th, and then you click on that, and then it should be there. But they haven't updated the list yet. So now, They said Shelly is set to run the semis and Heat 1 and show up. Oh, unless you were asking about Jamaica. So that's enough on there. Let me get to the next Heat. I done spent a lot of time on this one. Melissa Jefferson. She surprised me. I gotta be honest. I was counting her out. Jefferson, my apologies, for Coastal Carolina University. I didn't even think she was gonna make it out the round. I really had her called out for not making it out the round. And I think this is where a bias came in a little bit. But also, I ain't going to make an excuse on myself on this one. I said I didn't think English Gardner may have even made it out of the rounds. But I still called her as doing it because that was my own particular personal bias. Sturgis, I saw her making it through on time. So I was an accurate one on that one. But I got to call myself out on that one. I wanted English Gardner so bad at home, coming back to her home track, where she had competed at so many years to do something. And I know she was broken after this. Now, Brittany Brown, like I said, when I first saw her, because I'm thinking of Illinois' Aaliyah Brown. I'm thinking, okay, Aaliyah Brown, she's got a gold in the 4x4 and everything. And I was like, didn't Aaliyah Brown stop training and running since she got that gold in the 4x4? I was like, man, I wish more athletes and her family would still be running, because they some monsters. But anyway, and I've seen them train on the track where I was training on. They are some monsters. I let that get ahead of me a little bit here. And I don't think I said that one out loud. So with English Gardner, if I did say that on the analysis, and I think I did. Let me check my notes here. Did I call English Gardner making it through? Oh, you know what? I don't think I did. I'm looking at my notes now. It was just more like, would she make it out alive? But congratulations to Brittany Brown. She might do some real good stuff in that 200 again. She's been looking real good in this 100 this year. Kayla White, congratulations to you. Sturgis had to scrape through on time, and I really do mean scrape through, because they blew her out of the water right here, 11:04 to 11:08. They blew her out the water. She's going to have to really pull it together. Let me see. Where is Jamaica? Let's go over to the Jamaican women. All right. Here we go. So our wild card here. I'll just say this. Is the zoom good? Or do I got to zoom more? Coco, come. Coco, hold on a second. Let me get this rabbit. I think she's chewing on my wall. Let's get her something here. Here you go. Let's distract her with some food. There you go. Good job. Now, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Elaine Thompson-Herro and Natasha Morrison. Now, remember, we got Coach Francis here. The dark horse right here is going to be Natasha Morrison. Now, while she did not look like she was trying as hard as possible, I think this is going to be the real question mark right here. She knew where she was, so she didn't really have to try as hard as possible. I want to see what this next round is going to be for her. But Morrison is going to be Francis's next person. And remember, for the people that weren't here yesterday, let me bring this back up again. Now, Natasha Morrison was not with MVP before. And the years that she wasn't there, either she got left or she got kicked out. Now, I thought she got kicked out, but somebody did actually ask if she left or not. Here's the thing. The last time she was in MVP, to my knowledge, was 2015. The years that she wasn't, did not break 11, did not break 11, did not break 11, didn't break 11. She comes back to MVP, runs a 10.87. I believe she was injured, although the coach or her never said it. But every single race after that, every single one after that, she got progressively slower and slower and slower. On these, which they have not updated her time now, it's faster than this. I think that's just because Jamaica is a little bit slower on updating it using their high-tech system. Y'all got to do better with y'all updates. I just got to be honest. Y'all got to do better from one timer to another one. You got to do it faster. Now, she's getting faster and faster each one of these races. I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is the dark horse pick. This is my dark horse pick here. That she might interrupt what y'all think Nelson, what y'all might think with Williams or anybody else, I think she might actually do something. They said Jamaica got. They said Sturgis is fading. JB also said Jamaica got to do better with presentation. Yeah, I think so. I think so. A little bit on this one too. I gotta agree with you. The updates on this trials, some of the coverage that's there. Now the announcers, they always do a phenomenal job. I gotta say that for the announcers. But I think it's been enough years. Y'all got enough sponsorship. Update stuff. We as black people, we don't be updating, upgrading our own things. We'll do the exact same thing over and over. Let's start doing some lights, some video presentations here, some real exciting stuff on the track for Jamaica, for the fans to see it here. I gotta say that. I gotta call that, because if I do it, I'm gonna be putting out all types of stuff. That's what I personally would do. Upgrade the cameras if they haven't been upgraded to higher definition. But sometimes black people, if we ain't doing it, we get a barbecue place here, and it'll be the same for the last 50 years. The guy over there still doing it. They was like, yeah, this, man, upgrade your stuff. People see Chipotle, they see Chipotle, Olive Garden, and all of that. They upgrading every 10 years. Let's do this. That's the same way we got to apply to this track. We have to upgrade. Woodism said, good evening, fellow track and field enthusiasts. Don't mind me. I'm just here to tell you I told you so. Okay, I've been dawdling long enough. Elaine Thompson Hero looked very comfortable, 10 or 11:06. If she did 10:06, god dang. Natasha Morrison, 11:10. I think she's the wild card pick here. Then we got another MVP athlete in Shakoria Wallace. I'm not sure if she's going to make it through in the next round, but she qualified automatically. Then we got another MVP, Crystal Slowly, 11:49. Here we go. Shelly Ann Fraser Price. She had a horrible start, or a bad start. I don't know about horrible. Horrible would be her slipping, but she had a bad start. Even so bad that she had Brianna Williams, and then I think Burchell or Burchell. Dang, I'm slaughtering her name. Get out ahead of her. She had two athletes on either side of her get out. Maybe she was just doing a safe start. Maybe that's what it was, because it just seemed like her reaction was just slower than normal. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna do a safe start. I don't want to foul or get out of here and whatnot. So 10:70, and she looked like she was kind of trying as hard as possible, but then not really. It's one of those things where it was like she was just kind of powering. She didn't. Not the best performance that she's done, but this is definitely sending the signal. Shelly Ann is like, I'm watching y'all. And then Brianna Williams was trying till about 85 meters to go. And then she did the thing. She put her head forward. She put her shiny forehead forward. And then she eased up. And so there she is. I didn't know that Otto Bolton was just the name of the group. That's the name of the group. 1098. She looks very, very good. She might be another Andre DeGrasse. She might be another Andre DeGrasse. For the people out here, we got almost 500 people. Let's smash those like buttons here. If you're not subscribed and y'all want to see accurate reporting, y'all come here and subscribe. We ain't really got no biases here as far as that. We doing analysis as it is, right? There are biases with everybody, but we doing analysis as hardcore as possible. If it's for the Jamaica, against Jamaica, for Great Britain, against Nigeria, whatever it is, we gonna do the analysis here, and you heard it here first. Now, Williams, 1098. Now, this is what I think is gonna happen, depending on what I see in this next round. I'm gonna wait and hold that. She made it through. Burchell made it through 11:16. Jonelle Smith, 11:30. Then we got Kimber Nelson, pretty much kind of like up there. Sharika Jackson's start was on fire. Here. And she was just like, all right, I did my start. I don't really need to worry about anything. Sharika Jackson is on a mission. She's been on a mission for the last 3 weeks. Have y'all seen how she been racing? I think she really is like, man, I messed up big last year. I'm going to do this. Coach is saying, Hey, Coach Francis, like, yeah, I think we got our eyes on the world record. He already was just like Elaine Thompson Hera. Yeah, who is that again? Like, Coach Francis is just like, who? I ain't even worried. I'm not sweating. I got another athlete. If another one quits, I got somebody to replace Jackson too. Like, that's how his mindset is, basically. Because he gets so many athletes that just be going out. He's producing them. So Sharika Jackson got a phenomenal start. Eased up. Let Nilsson win. That's 1098, 1099. Then we got Cameron, 1130. Shashley Forbes, okay, decent for Sprint Tech, 1123. Then we got Natalia White, 1137. Kavana Davis, very good to see her coming out of University of Texas. A lot of people didn't think that she should go to Texas. I still reserve my right for judgment right now because she's looking pretty decent, but she might have done better going somewhere else. But that's how it is. I would tell my kids to go to a college or university or something like that, and I tell them, look, you're gonna have the experience of running on a team. That's what I would do. If they want to go to a different country and do it, then cool. I tell them to stay away from places like Ukraine. To be honest, that's white supremacist haven. Places like that would probably be a non-HBCU. I tell them to stay away from those too, personally, if you got to ask me for my personal opinion on it. But depending on where I'm living, hey, look, go to college, go to university. Look, you got to do your thing and experience teammates and everything like that, especially if they're very talented, because you got a chance. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. A thing Mo mentioned that this was the first time in her life that she's experienced a team. She's always really done AAU, which really means she's not really run on a team like that. And when you're super fast, you're kind of training by yourself, right? So you don't get that team experience. I think that's what she said she missed. So I would say that Kavana Davis, as far as getting that experience with the team, no matter what she does in the rest of her career or running, I think that was at least a good decision there. Now, Ashanti Moore, congratulations to her for making it through to the next round. Now, somebody said, I think you were referring to the semis. I'm not going to do the under the youth. I don't think I should do that one. But let me cover what I see, the semis. Man, everything's blending together. Those are the finals. Where are the semis? 20 plus 100 meter dash, women. Okay, we got the heats here. Let's go to the men here. The USA hasn't been updated. So let me see here how they got this one matched up. Johan Blake 9-3. They did very well to separate Blake and Seville. That's good based on those times. Blake should have a pretty decent time getting through. I'm not even worried about Johan Blake here at all. He's been looking too good. I will be surprised, and I'll say it here. I'll be surprised if he doesn't make it through. They say I'm upset about the final heat. It threw off Kavana Davis. Yeah. They said, oh yeah. They said Frano is on a mission too. Oh, damn it. Hold on, y'all. God damn it. Son of a... Ah, shoot. I got some things going on in the background here. Sorry about that. Woo. Got some things jumping up and down over here. Rabbit, chill out. Y'all heard that one live. I could have muted the mic. I forgot about that. But anyway, I had to move my papers around and whatnot. I might have lost something. But anyway, Johan Blake, I'm not really worried about that. I'll read the comments in a second. Akeem Blake, I think I'm pretty confident in how he's going to make it through. What is it? Top 3. Okay, top 3 plus the next 2 fastest times. Let me see who the weakest link out of here is. And from what I'm looking at, it's probably going to be one of the collegiate athletes. But I'm not familiar with Goldston. So that one's going to be hard for here. So I'm going to call the athletes I know and more familiar with. Johan Blake, Akeem Blake. And then it's going to be hard for the other ones. Because somebody brought up Goldston's name, I think I'm going to go with him because they brought him up. But I can't do the analysis for the third. Now, coming here, I think Gail's gonna struggle with the semi number 2. I think, all honesty, I think he may struggle to get out of this one. This one is more packed. So Oblique Seville obviously is gonna make it out of this one. I think Jones might be struggling through to this, but coming how he ran right next to Oblique Seville, this might be very interesting. But a lot of athletes were holding back. So I'm gonna say Bailey Cole might be looking pretty decent here. I hope Nigel Ellis makes it out of here. I'm just gonna say this. I hope Nigel Ellis makes it out. I really am pulling for him right here. Now this one ain't on an analysis where I think he is gonna make it, but I hope that he makes it out. Hey, y'all said I got a body over here. Hey, look. Hey, I had to handle some business real quick. So I had to handle some business. No comment on that. But yeah, I think I'm personally pulling for Nigel Ellis. If I had a bias here for anybody, it would be Nigel Ellis, other than Johan Blake. Johan Blake is just one of the at this point veterans that's coming in here at his age, coming in here, and I would like to see him make it out of the trials. He's looking good. Nigel Ellis is another athlete. I personally am like, look, I hope he makes it out. So let me go over to the women's. Let me do a quick run through of this so I can look at each one of these. Depending on what Shelly Ann does, because she might do, well, I guess, okay, how does this go? If she qualifies, if she runs, which I doubt she's going to do it, but if she runs, actually, I don't think they would have declared her if she wasn't running. I don't think she would be in the next round if she wasn't running. I think she let somebody know. They said, we Jamaicans do our presentations on the track. All right, Kevin Williams. This is warning number 1. Get your all caps off of here, okay? Don't put that all caps in there. I had to remove your comment. We don't need all caps in the comments here. Now, I understand what you're saying about saying we Jamaicans do our presentations on the track. But look, we got to step up as black people. We got to put presentations not only on the track, but we got to do it beyond just putting it on the track. We got to do presentations to make sure when people see our stuff, that's with envy. They're looking at that and say, I wish I could do something like that. That's where we should be doing things. We got other nations that can do presentations and everything. This goes beyond just track and field. This is just coming to us as a thing in different cultures. If you look at other nations on how they're gonna put their track and everything, or put performances up, if I'm running the track meet and I know I'm hosting that stuff, I'm putting on a freaking light show. Even if nobody shows up, I'm putting on a light show. I'm putting up the best cameras that I can afford. I'm putting up everything that I can. They already got the announcers on point. They got the announcers on point. That ain't a problem. They some of the best announcers I've heard. So they make things pumped up and exciting. Even for the distance races. The distance races, they do a better job than the US announcers have been doing for distance races until recent years. They can make slow distance races over in Jamaica sound exciting, unlike the US. US can make fast distance races sound exciting because they're already fast. If they're slow and they're underperforming, they can't do that. It just doesn't happen. Otto Bolton was not good at announcing distance races. Jamaica does that. The British announcers can do the same thing. So it's not just Jamaica. It's British announcers who can do the same thing. So I just want to point that out. We need to do that. They said, you giving us the money? The hell? Okay. Man, we need to get the begging mindset out of here. Jamaica got the money. Puma has put in millions of dollars. That's what I'm saying. You saying I'm giving y'all the money. This is, okay, if you're running a successful enterprise, how many years do you got to take until you upgrade it? Little things here and there. You telling me they can't upgrade stuff? I upgraded the middle school track meet, and I barely had any money. I was darn near homeless, living in a car, and still, if I get sponsorship money, I'm going to upgrade the track. It is what it is. And I could tell you, in Damn it, not Terre Haute, Indiana. I want to shout out the one. I can't remember the town now. Damn it, I can't remember the town for the middle school meet. We had that middle school meet. We was gonna get actual singers and stuff to pop up there. I've run track meets. If you're gonna put on a presentation, make sure it's one of the best things there. It's gonna be good and live for the people live there, but put on a presentation for the web too. The first time I host a track meet, which I intend to do, it's not gonna be the top of the line presentation. But best believe, if I'm doing a track meet 10 years later and it looks the same as year 1, I can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, but at year 10, I should be looking completely upgraded. Then the next 10 years, different. Next 10 years, different. That's what I mean. Anyway, going back on point here. Somebody said perfect comparison. They said, you sound naive. We don't have the same budget. What's the budget with a middle school track meet when we had planned to get somebody like a Beyonce there? Like, they said, yeah, we get it. It's terrible. Let's move on. Hey, I understand. I'm talking about black in general. This ain't anything to do with Jamaica, but Jamaica is a black nation. With this being said, back on topic. And one last comment here. For the people that said I'm pandering to Jamaica, for the people that just said I'm pandering to Jamaica, I just lost about 40 people and they mad. Dude has to quote pander to Jamaican subscribers. What are you expecting him to say? I just said some heat on Jamaica right here. I don't have to pander to anybody. Everybody could leave at this point if that's the case. I don't pander to nobody. I'm just speaking of the thing. So, looking at these for Heat 1. These are going to be one hell of a matchup here. One hell of a matchup. Now, I wonder if Shelly Ann Fraser-Price runs, as her coach has said, that she's going to double here in the 1 and the 2. She's going to double in the 1 and the 2. Now, I don't know if that means she's going to run all the way to the finals in the 1 and the 2, or she's just going to enter in both of them, and that's what he meant by double. But so far, she's entered in this, which means she has declared that she may be running here. If she does, and she put out a 10-7 there, I wonder if she's just going to get her body used to, if she's going to get her body used to trying to run 3 10-7s or 10-6s in a row. Because think about it. Remember when Karsten Warholm ran the 400 hurdles and then the announcers were looking at him and saying, maybe he's running these too fast? Like each one of them, he broke, I think, wasn't he running like 47s or something like that? And they was like, yeah, I think he's running them too fast, or 48 low. He was just running them faster than everybody else was thinking he should have ranked. He did the first round like that, the second round. And they were like, yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to beat the American and whatever. And then that was his first championships that he won. But they were really thinking that he was going to tire himself out. But he didn't. So if Shelly Ann is coming here and she runs this and runs another 10-7 or faster, maybe this is her testing herself to see if she can do 3 rounds of that. Now, at her age, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but if she thinks she can handle it, it's a reason. Brianna Williams, right here. I think she's going to have it through. She's going to make it through. She looked too dang relaxed in order to not do that. Somebody said, keep doing your thing. Great too many egos with people. Thanks, Jova. Appreciate it. Now, I think that Brianna Williams has gotten that there. What is it? 3 people and then 2 times. Let me look here. Davis ain't got a chance to make it out. She's out. Slowly's gonna be out. This is gonna be interesting because between everybody else, I think Shashley Forbes, because she's an actual reliable athlete that I do recognize, and to see, I pull on her. If she could be on a relay pool, I'll put her on a relay pool for Pan Am or something like that. So Shashley Forbes, I think she's the next athlete. it's going to be hard for me to call who makes it out on time here, because I think all the time athletes are going to make it out of this one. And the reason being, Elaine Thompson-Herah, you know she's going to do her thing. But it's her and Shericka Jackson at the same time. Kimba Nelson is here with Natasha Morrison. Now, okay, let's call these out. All the strong hitters that we think are right here. I think these are the athletes pretty much going to make it out. All of them. I think overall, if Shelly Ann Fraser-Price does not run the finals of the women's 100, Shericka Jackson is probably going to be the Jamaican champion. I'm just going to say it again. I said it yesterday where I think it would be Jackson, Thompson-Herah, unless something happens, which I hope doesn't. But it's going to be Jackson, Thompson-Herah, and then I was thinking Nelson. But given her track record of what Nelson did last year, we're going to go on only a year of one. We can only go through for two. And given that Natasha Morrison is part of MVP 2, and she did not look like she was really straining herself at all, I'm going to say, yeah, that one is going to be, it's up for grabs. I can't call third on this one. If Fraser-Price is out. If Fraser-Price is out, then I can't call third. If she's doing it, then yeah. So, now, Elaine Thompson-Herah, I think she takes this heat. Shericka Jackson don't care for winning the semis. She's going to be focused, and if she's looking around, she's just going to look and say, all right, you could take it, because she already did that with Nelson. Nelson and Natasha Morrison is going to be the one. Depending on how they race against each other, I'll have my analysis. I'll probably do a post if I don't do a video. I'll do a post in between the race and say, this is what I think. But this is going to be real interesting. Now, somebody said you need a 10-8 to make it out of this round. I don't know necessarily if you're going to need a 10-8 to make it out the round, because I don't know if Nelson is going to do a 10-8 or Natasha Morrison is going to do a 10-8 right there. But one thing I am confident in is that I don't see any of these other athletes at all. I feel sorry for Ashanti Moore, Williams, and Wallace here, and then Cameron, which I'm not really familiar with her at all. I am familiar with Ashanti Moore. Let me read these comments here and see some of your guys' here. They said Heat 1 with winners. Richard Hill said, let me go back here. Marlon Gordon said, I agree with your point. It's about testing the limits at this point. Sunshine City Solar Light Jamaica got some hearts and hundreds. Shout out to you. They said, I'm sad my girl finished 5th. I want to see her and Miss Jackson. John Lasker said, Heat 1 winners. Richard Hill said, Shelly Brianna, Shashali Kavada. Okay. Heat 2, Elaine, Shericka, Kimba, and Natasha. You know what? This was going to be hard for me, but I want to favor Kimba Nelson because she's just NCAA ready. When it comes to the next round, that's going to be the question mark. That's going to be the question mark here. They said, watch out for Morrison. Yeah. Ferdinand, shout out to you. They said Shelly will have almost a month rest after these trials. I feel this is a factor as to why she's running so fast. They said Shelly Ann Fraser-Price can manage the rounds. Natasha Morrison will use experience to get through. Kevin Williams said, Mikhail, we are a poor country, not because we kick all the rich countries' ass on the track. Yep, I'm reading these. They said, LOL, no, bro, no, Shericka doesn't have the start. Okay, you don't need to have the start. You realize that Elaine Thompson-Herah does have somewhat, she doesn't handle her injuries well. I would say that. She does not handle her injuries well at all. She almost didn't make it through the Jamaican trials last year. And she came in saying that her Achilles was really bothering her and everything like that. Elaine Thompson-Herah is not a Michael Johnson or other athletes. She does not handle her injuries that well at all. So on top of that, she ain't looking the best. So I can see Thompson Hero being a real, not threat, but really vulnerable right now. If this was somebody else saying, hey, you know what, I got a shoulder issue or Achilles or something, whatever it was. Now, Achilles is very serious with, especially, that's all what you're doing with running. But a shoulder issue, I would just be like, okay, it's a little bit of something, but it shouldn't bother him too much. With Elaine Thompson Hero, she has a track record of just being questionable when she gets hurt. Albert said, bro, I just saw a video of Sha'Carri running from the interviewers at the USATF trials. Now look, LMFAO. Now look, if I wanted to rub it in, I would play that. She didn't trash talk this time around. Because if she did, I would have did the same thing I did last year. When somebody trash talk and they don't follow through, I'm going to roast them. I mean, I did that with Crevan, and I was calling him out or whatever. If it happens with Johan Blake, I'm going to roast him. It don't matter who it is. If they start trash talking and then it don't follow through and I caught them with trash talking, I just roast them. Everybody likes a little roast. Same thing with me. If I trash talk and I get myself called out, hey, I'll roast myself, but it'll be kind of awkward, so somebody else got to do it. They said Elaine is not pressuring herself. Don't doubt her comeback. I think Elaine is keeping it cool with this injury, Oscar said. Sharika does look super fit, though. They said Sharika better not get on my nerves tomorrow and cruise like she always does. Kimba and Natasha can and will cut her down. Oh, yeah, that's the other question mark. If Sharika Jackson takes it too easy, like she did at the Olympics, oh my goodness. She's gonna pull a not a Kambunji, but it's gonna be one of these moments. It's gonna be one of those moments on the track. If Sharika don't focus, because Nelson wants to make it. These other athletes want to make it. They don't want to allow somebody else to come through and take their spot. Each one of them be like, look, if I can win, I'm going to win. That's how they want to do it. So let me see that it said the trials is hot. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these races tomorrow. So that's all I got right now. That's all I got right now. Because this is about the end of the USA trials right now. We got about one more race, if I'm not mistaken. The 400 that's coming up, in the men's 400 that's coming up. Let me look at the women's 400 real quick. Oh, I think I'm already on here. Dalilah Muhammad didn't do it, which is unfortunate. She's got Dalilah Muhammad has a hamstring injury. So she did not compete in USA trials. So Dalilah Muhammad has a hamstring injury. She did not compete in USA trials. The requirement for a bye is to compete in your country's trials and do an honest effort, but she didn't. So she used a medical reason. So they're going to allow her to run in the World Championship. So they got the medical extension. So that's good. As far as Donovan Brazier, he has bursitis. That's the same thing I got. And if he went from being a 142 athlete down and he's running and struggling to do a 150, I shouldn't feel bad that I have to take 6 weeks off myself, because that's the typical time. And I'm like, man, I thought my times were not good in my practices. So there you go. Lena Irby made it through to the next round. I am so happy with Lena Irby. That's one of my biases there, but I like I said, I analyze her fairly as possible. Although I say if she don't make it through, I will say that people cheated her, even though they didn't. But Lena Irby, she's looking a little bit better. She won one of the races coming into the USA trials, so this is good. The men's 400 is going on right now, so I'm gonna come through with that. What do you guys thinking here? Let me hear you guys' comments here. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway for all the people that are here listening right now. I want you guys to do this. If you guys can correctly call both the 100 and the 200. You got to call the 100 and the 200. Either the women's or the men's. You got to call the top 3 athletes making it through. Now, if Shelly Ann Fraser-Price competes, right? And then, because we don't know if she's competing, but if she competes, she's not counted in this. Okay, if she competes, she's not counted in this. But I want you guys to give me what your picks are for the 100 and the 200. Whoever gets both of those correct, I'm going to do the screenshots and I'm going to let you guys post up for the next 2 minutes here. Anybody that only posts up for the next 2 minutes, you're 15 seconds behind me. I will do a giveaway of 50 US dollars, 50 USDT. It's going to be in crypto. I'll send it to you and I'll do it live too. I'll send it to people live. I'll do that. So if you call them both correct, if you want to participate, just drop who you think will get first, second, and third. You got to get the right order. I don't care about the times. First, second, and third. Whoever you think is going to get through on those. Or if you don't have it right now and you need to look at the heat sheet of whoever they are running, and you can do it for either USA or Jamaica. USA or Jamaica. But you have to do it by tomorrow morning. Actually, you don't have to do it now. You got to do it by tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Let me make sure Jamaica's not running at 9 a.m. Oh, wait a minute. This is the wrong tab. Let me make sure this is not running at 9 a.m. No, it's not. So, yeah. If you guys can call first, second, and third for either... Oh, yeah, Oscar. Yeah, I'm making a whole bunch of money hand over fist right now with this drop. Carla 72 is Jamaica or American Trials. So you can actually enter twice. You can enter twice. If you want to do the calls for USA, you could do that. You could do the calls for Jamaica. That's separate. So you got to do both the 100 and 200 though. You could do it for either the men or the women. So technically y'all got 4 chances to win because you got men and women on USA, men and women for Jamaica. So let me see. Let me take these screenshots. We getting some good calls. Oblique, Hakeem, Johan, women in Elaine, Sharika, Brianna. Now, if they don't have the heat sheets up, let me see. Because they don't have the heat sheets up for the 200, all you got to do... Oh, yeah, they do have the heat sheets up for the men and women's 200. Let me see if they got it for Jamaica yet. Let me make sure, because if they don't have it up yet, all I will require you right now is the 100. Yep, they got the men and women's. Oh, they just got the... They got the names. They got the name list, but they don't got the heats. So that's still about the same because, I mean, unless there are surprises through, then we got to do it. So you gotta mention who you're talking about. We got at least 2 people that has put their hat in here for both the 1 and the 2, and they called that. So yeah, they said women's 100 US should carry first. Come on, Oscar, stop trolling with that one. You wrong for that one. You as mad as these people right here. You as mad as these guys right here. Hey, Rocky or T Smith, if you seeing this on live or the recording, can you shout out real quick? All of that teasing aside now. Come on now. All of that teasing aside. Oh yeah, this is what this is. I forgot I had this on here. So I guess we got the answer. Will it play out? The answer is currently no. Sha'Carri got a secret. Her secret was she's not having a good start. And it's unfortunate. Actually, I could say all the smoke and the heat for her, but really, I like to see trash talkers, but I'm not playing nice. I'm not playing nice. I don't really care for Sha'Carri Richardson either way. I don't dislike her or like her. She's just there for me personally. As a fellow trash talker, like she is, I'd like to see... Okay, Oscar, I'll do this. Oscar, because of you, if Sha'Carri Richardson wins the USA 200 meter trials, I will double yours. I will give you $200. I will give you $200 in USDT or USDC. You can immediately sell it over, right? Oscar, y'all heard it here right now. If Sha'Carri Richardson wins the USA women's 200 meter trials, I'm gonna give you 200 USDT. I'm gonna do it live from my wallet address, and I'm gonna do it right there. I'm gonna ask you to make a wallet if you don't got one or whatever, and then obviously you'll know how to sell it. But I will give that to you. Everyone out of the woodwork now in the comments for 50 USDT. Hey, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I almost want to say 2,000, but I ain't about to be doing a bet that has at least some semblance of, anything can happen. But I think she pulls out. I think she pulls out. The next time we do this bet, I'm going to have you put money on the line, because I'm actually about to put a bet up here. They said Abby Steiner is definitely winning the 200. Let's see. Did anybody call that? Everybody's calling Jamaica right now so far. So, hey, but look, if it's free money, it's free money. If somebody say they're doing a giveaway to me, I'm doing that. Free money is free money. I would normally put up 2,000 because I do. They said, how about 300 if Abby Steiner wins? Nah, I'm good. I don't see her necessarily winning. I still see somebody else could win. It's a toss up for me. I actually got to look at the heats right now. Let me look. Matter of fact, here it is. Sha'Carri Richardson on this one. That's what I said yesterday. This one is going to be real hard for her to make it out of this round, the first round. And after that, she actually, I don't know. She probably could. I don't know about this anymore. She might even pull out. I want to say Brittany Brown might be a challenge here, but she ain't really got that. Yeah, Steiner clearly got the fastest time and coming in this year compared to everybody else. Gabby Thomas is right there. It's real hard. They said, I want to say Gabby Thomas because she got her stuff on point, but there's no guarantee that she's going to win again at USA Trials. So, because her move last year was one of those once in a while moves, just like a phenomenal start for an average starter. That's a once in a while thing. So I think that was chance meeting up together. But in Abby Steiner 21-8 was not a once in a lifetime. That was just like her normal form going through. They said $10,000 if Sha'Carri wins the 100. Okay, Marlon, I put you to 10,000. What you got up on there? Put the money. Put the money where the mouth is. I'm gonna put. We gotta put this in escrow. I'll put you 10,000. I will do that right now. If you're right, hey, look, we already finished the analysis. So for the people that's here for the analysis, I just want to let y'all know I'm done with that. We over here just shooting the shit at this point. Afro Buddy, he said, "Yo, I'm back. Hey, it's been a long time since we see you. But look, if you got money to put on the line, I'll put it up there. You got 10,000. I'll match you 10,000. I will match you 10,000, but we got to put it in escrow because I'm not gonna be the only one that's putting up 10,000. If you need to lower the number until we match it, 1,000 to 1,000, 500 to 500, we'll put that one there. But you got to put the money up. They said Gabby seems like a one-hit wonder to me. As far as winning the USA Trials, that 121.6, I told you that she's gonna have to actually get fast, because when she dug in deep, and I called it last year again, that's not one of those things you can do on a regular basis. It's like having a kick. She had a kick at the end of a 200. She's not a person that consistently kicks at the end of a 200. If she does it this year, I'll say, okay, that's one of those things that she could do at home on Hayward Field. I say that she could do it at home on a track. But this was one of those like, I want to make it to the Olympics. It's real special to me, and I'm digging deep. She powered through. That wasn't a form thing. That was her powering through, and that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You saw she didn't have it at Tokyo. And when she doesn't have it, I called her at the time that she ran. Without that time, she would have ran in 21.7 highs or 21.8s. So I think she's in a little bit better shape now, but it'll be hard to say that she can beat Steiner depending on if she's tired from NCAAs or not. Trevor, he said he wondered why Gabby scratched 100. The same way I wondered why Noah Lau scratched it. Okay, just letting you know. Normally, the USA trials, the prelims, and the finals for the 200 are on 2 different days. They shortened this. This is only, they shortened these right here. Normally, we got these on the semifinals and finals don't normally happen like this quick on the same day. This is within 2 hours of each other. So this is copying the NCAA type of thing now. So I think, because the 100 does take a lot out of you. So if they're going to do a 100 and they're not really thinking they can make it through on the next round because it's so stacked. Noah Lyles is only a 995 athlete this year. Gabby Thomas is only slightly under 11. So she's like, yeah, we got people here. Richardson's getting better on each week. And this field is getting more stacked and heated in the 200 for the women. So I don't want to jeopardize my chances of making it through to the next round. And I think that's why both of those athletes scratched out of the 100. Because what you see is a lot of 400 athletes in here. Lena Irby. Clark is not a 400 athlete. Hayes. Candace Hill, good to see her back. I don't think she's going to make it out of this round, but it's good to see her back at least. She's got the world qualifying standard, the world championship standard. But yeah, you see some 400 athletes coming down here that do this. So anyway, good to see you all out. If you guys want to see me talk about black empowerment and improving our nations and everything like that, let's go ahead. Let me know, because I really want to see us start to do better. It's good that I talk about sports and analysis and everything. I usually sprinkle it in, but I'm about to just start directly doing it because I'm doing things in the background already. And for the people that was getting butthurt over me saying that Jamaica needs to improve over some things here, whether it's their upload system, look, the basic stuff. Let's put it here. This is something real basic, and this is automatic. Look at how this looks. Now, you don't need to have the most high-tech thing, to be fair, because I think even Great Britain doesn't even look like this good. I don't care about Great Britain. I'm trying to be the best. So my presentation is, okay, this is high-tech, and this does look like the high-tech system. This is exactly what it looks like. I used this so many years. Okay, can we get somebody that's a UI UX developer that's on here? What, it costs you about $2,000 or $3,000, maybe? I know some coding languages, and somebody could get this here. So when they press the button on high tech or whatever, it gets automatically uploaded not only to this website, but then they got a website that makes that look better. Even something as simple as this can be updated. Or the looping that happened yesterday when I was trying to look for the results and it kept going over and over and you couldn't really download it and it was glitching up. That ain't nothing at their fault. Sometimes those things happen. But this is where we talk about improving. Something as basic as this doesn't cost that much money. You telling me Jamaica's that broke? So that means you got pride in being broke? That you don't want to see your people improve some things? Or you're saying, well, you got pride in somebody not having a good presentation when it could be better? This is not the best we could do, right? This is not the best we can do. We could do better. You don't got to beat the USA. I tell you to be better than the USA, in my opinion. They said $3,000 is like $1 trillion Jamaican dollars. Okay, that's a good point. And guess what? I'll say this, like, because I am done with the analysis and this is overtime. So anybody here, Marquise, yeah, you missed a lot of stuff. You are a little bit late, but you're fine. They said they don't care. Yeah, a lot of people don't care. I'm talking to the people that care, or somebody that can be talked some sense into. Let me bring this up real quick. Okay, this is one of the things that I got into. Now, the Russian ruble. This is one of the things that I went here, not financial advice, by the way. Now, that's the Belarus ruble. Wait a minute, I'm typing this in wrong. It's the R. What the heck is the symbol for ruble? I think it's RUUSD. Gosh darn it. Oh, wait a minute. I got to type in Russian ruble. I want to show y'all something real quick. When it comes here. Now, for the people that tune into my crypto related things, this isn't going to last that long. They know that I went into Russian farms, and this was before this. I noticed that every time the politicians, Obama, Trump, said something negative about Russia, the farmers companies went skyrocketing. Now, little did I know they were preparing for the second wave of invasion, because this Ukraine thing has been going on since 2014. I started getting into these things in 2016. Now, also, the Russian ruble has skyrocketed. Now, here we go. Let me take off all of these. Like I said, making money hand over fist. Now, here's the Russian ruble back here. Now, let's pretend this war thing didn't happen when they announced the war and they tried to do this. The Russian ruble was right here. It was about 153 to 1 US dollar. That's what this was. Now it's at about 54. It was 88. USD RUB. Here it is right here. This is the US dollar exploding. But if you go here right before that, it was at about 74 to 80. And now we're looking at 54. So the US dollar strength has gone down to the Russian ruble. This is something that we could, Kennedy said, do I coach or just talk sports? The athletes that I personally have coached, I haven't coached in about 3 years, I think. What year is this? 2022? Yeah, about 3.5 years. The last athletes I coached were pole vaulters. And I kind of work with some athletes now, but I don't really coach them. I just kind of give them some things there. But most of the athletes that I coached, the last ones I coached were field eventers. Long jump, triple jump, and pole vault. And pole vault is my favorite event. I got some athletes that appeared at nationals in the USA that weren't on the radar at all. I won't be talking about those right now, but yeah, I did coach some athletes there. And I'm fortunate that I did go to a high school that had one of the best pole vaulting coaches at high school. And so I learned a lot from there. And I mean, I ate that up like a sponge. But yeah, I don't coach right now anymore. But if I do decide to coach again or take some athletes, I think I will do that either in Nigeria, Kenya, or some other place over there, because I think we need to really improve some of the sprints coming out of Africa. That's personally what I intend to do. They said the thing is the Jamaican results can be integrated into a modern looking website, and I think there's an app currently. And I'll tell you what, money is not the issue. The RUB will continue to go up because all the Europe continue to purchase oil from Russia and will not stop. Actually, Russia has demanded that these things be purchased in rupees, rubles, or whatever. They're doing these things on their terms. But anyway, let me go back over here. You got Russia getting sanctioned to hell. Clearly, they're not like the black nations, which are having everybody pile up against us and us against each other. Some nations more than others, right? This can be fixed very easily. So anybody that's over here complaining about these things, you just really want to complain and not to see anything. It's so interesting that you would complain against somebody saying, yeah, we need to improve, and here's how you do it. I didn't just complain and whine. I said, here's what we should do, and I gave you a comparison. Here's your comparison right here. This website, as they were in progress, they're updating this live. That just takes a slightly more work, but this type of thing gets you things. This is why I was hired as a USA track and field announcer. And then the president of USA Track and Field said I was one of the top 3 announcers he had ever heard, because I didn't just announce and be like, first call, second call, this. I'm sounding like these announcers that y'all hear for Britain and Jamaica and whatnot. I'm not sounding boring. When you get an Allison Felix at a meet and you get this live PA announcer there and he's like, he calls out their names, says nothing throughout the whole race, and then he says, and there's Felix, 50 point whatever. And I'm just like, what? This is boring. Putting me to sleep. So yeah, they said we are spending millions this week on championships. Money is not the issue. People just need to act. Yeah, exactly. So I've seen money at these track meets, and we could do a lot. And black people do a lot with a little anyway. So I could be saying $3,000 here, It could be way less than that. I could tell you. Go on Fiverr and get somebody, but really get a black person on Fiverr if you're going to do that. Or find somebody, JAAA, could make a post. They got bigger reach than me, presumably, for their own country, and say, hey, we need a developer. Can you do this? Boom. You find your people. There's your budget. There's plenty of people that will probably even voluntarily want to update the website just to get the chance to say, hey, I work with these greats. You give them a ticket to the national championships for free or something else. You give them something, a commemorative uniform, something that doesn't cost you money, and you get your website updated for free. Those are things you could do with people. Now, I endorse paying people, but that's what it is. They said the U.S. presentation do be looking good, though. Yeah, I say you could do the U.S. presentation, but better. Jamaica be so good in the sprints and everything. They can do a lot better here. That's all. It's just constructive criticism. And I tell you, in about a year or two, Head and Shoulders ATR is not going to be having the same thing. I might have a musical intro at some point, but I'm going to be doing upgrades on my stuff too. Trust and believe. Year 10, if I still do this, it's not going to look like year number 1. Guarantee. It might look similar, but it's not going to look like year number 1. Year 5 should be different. Year 1, 2, 3, and 4 might look about roughly the same. And once I get my pattern of how I'm going to do things, we change that up. Y'all call it, yes, call it when Jamaica does it well and call it when they're doing badly. JAA is horrible at marketing and advertising, Marquis said. Maybe. I say the same thing with USATF. USATF does a horrible job with their advertising. They've been doing a little bit better now, but they did a horrible job here. Okay. Thank you guys for coming out. It is 10:13. We've been live for about 91 minutes. They said this is a JAAA beat, and therefore they got credit for the horrible results page. They said, oh, dang, you said you didn't know about the last Jubilee series until the very morning of the meet. Yeah, you know what? That's something. They said, I don't know how you think Sha'Carri will win 200 when the time does not show that well. Oh, he must be earlier in the stream. He must be catching up. That guy, when you get back to this part here, you just have to call a spade a spade. So anyway, this is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Let me look at that. 19 under. 19 and under. 19 and under is tomorrow. This is going to be interesting. So I'll cover that. I might cover a little bit of that tomorrow, the under 20 and whatnot. But that's all I got for now, because I don't want to do another day where I will do this while I got the people here. Thank you for everybody that supported Trackstars NFT. We actually did take down the website because we're going to do a delay. It didn't go as well as we planned. There were some people that said they were going to come and support out, but they didn't. Nothing too bad with that. But the next time I come out with that, definitely do support. That helps support the channel and everything along those lines. I'm going to put together, or I'm going to be potentially one of the people that puts together a conference for black people that we're going to have here in the U.S. If we can, that might be 5 or 10 years down the line. But of course, we got to do the networking. So if you are a business owner, or you know somebody that is a business owner, I want you to email me at HeadAndShouldersATR@yahoo.com. And I mean a registered business owner, the ones that pay taxes, not somebody that's just doing a hustle or anything like that, and you haven't gotten up to that level. I respect that and everything, but we need registered business owners. Yeah, turn on all notifications, definitely. Also, if you are somebody that has a farm, if you have a hotel, an apartment complex, you got some resources, you're a part owner in a mine, I need you to contact me as well. I'd like you to contact me. Head and Shoulders ATR. I want you guys to make the subject title, "This is Business," and then send the subject title as that this is business, and then you send it to HeadAndShouldersATR@yahoo.com. We want to get some stuff here. We're going to be coming through and matching up. Let me take the results page off. They said this results page coming from Merlin Adi era, my G. That's funny. Now, we need to come together on this one. We got to combine the resources, political connections, and the networking that we have in the United States. As far as resources, the economic resources, with the resources that you have in the Caribbeans and the African continent. We don't have the land over here because we got $360 billion of land. That's not even including the inflation rate that was stolen and stripped from the foundational black Americans that were here, and some of the non-foundationals that came later. They got that stripped out of them. We got bombed out of our cities. We got flooded. We got people that poisoned our water and still doing that now, just like they're trying to do over there in Kenya, in Nigeria. So we got all of those things that were there. So I need you guys, I would like you guys to come together. I'm only one person, but if you guys can send those emails, I'm going to correspond, because I'm already building up bridges and everything. I'm not doing something that's doing the Pan-African thing. That is not what I'm doing. What I am simply doing is we're going to disseminate a message. It's Black First. Jason Black, shout out to him for that, because he's the one that created that over on his channel called The Black Authority. Y'all need to check that one out, or TBA, both of those. But Black First is Black First. You're black before anything else, before your religion, gender, sexuality, whatever. What we're doing is, if you're on code, we're going to be propping it up, because we need to make sure we're protected. Right now, we are not protected. We are not a protected group. We are being slaughtered worldwide. And it's nice to be looking at these sports. We get entertained, but at the same time, we're getting slaughtered. We got some people in our chat, and you know who you are. It's very questionable, but I'm not going to mention you directly, so you don't need to comment if you're still watching this. I doubt it, because it's very early. But from certain countries like South Africa, and they were police officers, and their skin color was not ours. They come from European descent, and we know the track record. They're old enough to be a part of apartheid South Africa, and they were down there. Now, I don't know their actual personal history, but given the track record of all of that stuff, they were running up that, okay? What are y'all arguing about? Y'all talk about being informed or uninformed. Y'all arguing about something. They said I'm not getting notifications for the live streams. Hey, Mar Cristiano, I turn on all notifications. You see the bell notification? You click that and say all notifications. Or you unsubscribe and then resubscribe and then turn on all notifications. I think that's what it has to do. And then make sure that if you're using the YouTube app, that you also have notifications turned on for YouTube. Because if you have YouTube turned off, then no notifications are going to go through. Like if you got it silenced or something like that. So sometimes that's there. Right now, for people that are coming in, we're in overtime right now. We finished about 10 minutes ago talking about the analysis of everything. We just kind of shooting the shit. At first we were, and now we're talking about real business related things. So how the cost of camera crash in the economy. Oh, really? They said neither am I. I thought Head and Shoulders ATR hadn't done any vlogs for months, to be honest. Okay, yeah. Okay, right here, this is a good learning moment right here. It's no point of arguing with people in circles about what can or can't be done. If they don't believe it's done, see, me being on a hosting here, I'll say some comments here on it. But personally, in real life, if somebody said that, I'm going to say 2 sentences to them, 2 responses back and forth to them. And unless they're the gatekeeper in front of me, I'm done talking with them, unless they're my friend. Then I'll talk with them a little bit longer and then call it that and throw up the deuces. if they're not young, and I mean they're in their low 20s, they're not in their low 20s or something, I don't give them the time of day to even waste my breath on it, because they're just gonna be wasting time. We got so many people that say what you can't do. They said, Marquise Alfonso, sure, I would want them to do that. We have one stadium. I would want them to get a new one, a next one. We have maybe 4 good running surfaces in the country, and we can't run on presentation. They said, Trevor, have you ever been to Jamaica? See, Trevor, you are the next one. All the cameras at the meet is high definition, and we have the latest TV technology. Shaking my head. LOL, stop talking garbage. Okay. Yeah. Whatever's happening here, Caribbean got a chance to commentate for World Championships, Olympics, and big meets. Oh yeah, so you're saying it would be good for them to do that? Actually, some of them actually do commentate for World Championships. They don't commentate on the direct lives that they do because they're doing it in their own countries. So I've heard the Jamaican commentators commentate on that. Coco, come. So they say at least Mikhail is making a sense. Some of the others can't take a joke. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, that's why I say it's usually time wasting, and people will troll you out of your time, and I don't really got time for trolling. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out. We're going to be doing more of that. If you're not getting our notifications, that's just because I haven't been uploading enough recently. So what you need to do is, here's another thing to do. Go back to some of the videos recently and play the videos. You can play it on 2x speed. You got to play it all the way through. Press the like button on it because it's based on your interaction a little bit too. Also, I'm getting a little bit shadow banned because I talk about white supremacy on here. So some of the notifications aren't going to do it. But when it's during championships, just know, trust, and believe I cover championships. So even if I don't upload ever throughout the year, I'm always going to do a recap unless I just do a community post that says I won't. But I'm always going to do a recap. I'm always going to do the championships, including the Diamond League final, the Continental Tour, the last meet of the year. I always do that. And then I'm going to do the youth championships and everything that's going on. I'm going to do the European games, European championships, the Commonwealth games, which they should just throw a middle finger to the Commonwealth. All of those nations under them, just get yourselves out of the Commonwealth. That's the way I look at it. So they said the Jamaican and British commentators are among the best. The Australian commentators also do pretty decent job. It's kind of hit and miss with them, to be honest. It could be the accents that people don't like on them, because I realize that the accent, I don't really care for that one too much. But those commentators, or the ones from New Zealand, they actually do a pretty decent job. And then the one from the Netherlands is one guy. He was real inexperienced and overly excited. But then as he started getting his stuff through, I was like, dude, he's actually doing pretty good. Now, he still get his awkward moments, but he's doing pretty good. They said have a separate video for your talks about black empowerment and let us know when. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Marlon, good job. Good night. Peace. This is my last thing here. I am gonna have a separate video. Matter of fact, I have gonna have it for a separate channel here. So guys, right here, you see this right here. It says ahead of the curve and track and field quick hits. You guys don't see that. I want you guys to subscribe to these. One of these 2 channels is going to be renamed Black and Bold. And then we're going to be uploading and updating on there. But first, I'm going to be doing some of that here until the audience and everything gets built up a little bit more. And then I'll be uploading on Black and Bold. But that's where I'm going to be doing that. So you guys go over to Ahead of the Curve and Track and Field Quick Hits. That's probably going to be the one that's renamed. Because doing the 5-minute videos or less, I really need a team for that, and I really don't have the team. I'm one person, and I'm running so many operations within the U.S., out of the U.S. I'm going to try to expand to the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica, and somewhere else. I can't tell all my business actually, but Jamaica is one of the places that I want to expand to do some partnerships of what we're gonna do. Right, we're gonna do partnerships. We're gonna be talking about black people keeping their businesses instead of saying, yeah, I just want to do this and sell it. We got nothing to pass on. If somebody gives you an offer, because here's one last thing, we don't get offers. Like, they turn down loans to us at banks, whether it's over there in Jamaica, over there in Nigeria, over in the UK, in the US, especially here because so much money is in the US. They turn us down for loans, grants, and all types of stuff. If they ever come and make an offer to you after knowing this information, after knowing it's a white supremacist system, what you do is this. Say, oh, they're offering me $1 million for this. I got a rundown location visually from the outside. My establishment is good. Let's say it's a restaurant. And your place is not the best presentation. You doing enough to get by. You've been running it for about 20 years or something. You should have been upgrading it, to be honest. Little paint job here, a little bit of renovation there. You just got to renovate. New equipment, all types of stuff. You invest and reinvest in your business. What you do is this. You come out and you say, they're offering me $1 million. Wow, I didn't know it was worth this much. And you tell the person promptly, no. Give them a middle finger, not literally. You just say no. Or, I'll think about it. Really, no. And then the next person comes up, they're going to offer you even more. You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to gentrify you out of the location. They're getting you to run away from Jamaica for the people, some of the people that are running away. They're getting you to run away from Nigeria in droves. It's just huge numbers, just exodus of Nigeria, where the way the current trends are, Nigerians are going to be the minority in Nigeria eventually, where the Asians and Europeans, really just white and technically yellow is what the colors, if we go color coded here, but from India, from China, from Britain, a little bit of Saudi Arabia, and then the United States are going in large enough numbers where it catches my attention as an investor, and enough Nigerians are fleeing either by foot to Ghana or Benin Tobago or Togo, dang it, the nation right next to it, or they're going by plane to other nations. This is what's happening. So they're coming in and buying up cheap land. You're quick to sell it instead of, and I swear, when a black person meet another black person, they give us a stiff deal. I try to go over there to different places in Africa, and they say no. Even at the price, I try to up the price on them. They're like, no, we try and do it. Now, another person came with a lower price that was a white person. They sold it to him. They sold it to him. This is out of, now I ain't going to blow up my spot too much or the country. Just use it as a stereotype here. We need to keep these in black communities, because this happens in the U.S., and I have no respect for the baby boomers as a whole over here in the U.S. None at all. They ain't, and I know a very significant portion of my subscribers are baby boomers. But I have no respect for them at all over here in the U.S. because they sold out the youth. They had businesses. Even though white supremacy burned down some of our towns and everything. Dang, y'all over here tearing it up in this comment section here. Even though white supremacists tore things down, much of this wouldn't have happened if they didn't have a healthy amount of collaborators. Much of this wouldn't have happened. We had businesses that now they're getting sold now by some of these baby boomers. They ain't passing it down to their kids. They're selling it because they can get $1 million out of it. And then these people come in and they build a condo. And then that raises the property taxes for everybody else, which they were artificially lowering it for black people anyway, and then keeping us in the economic state as it is. But they raise it up. Instead of them saying, dang, my place is worth $1 million, let me renovate this. So then in the future it's worth, so right now it's worth $5 million. I'm not going to sell it, but then I can go get a business loan for $1 million now that it's worth $5 million. Then I can expand it even more. I'm going to open up an apartment complex right next to me. Instead of thinking like that with my restaurant, I instead, or And I instead be like, well, let me just go sell this for $1 million. I got $1 million in my pocket, no place anymore. And then they gentrify all the black people and move them into even worse places. The black people build it up because black people got the juice. We build up the businesses, we build up the places, and then because we're not on code with each other, like the Jewish community and the other ones, we've gotten it beaten out of us quite literally with the integration that they did in the civil rights generation. And then they just come and buy us up and they move us out. They're doing it to Mexicans. Mexicans are coming up illegally because they're allowing them to the United States. The many whites and some Mexicans are going back down to Mexico, buying up cheap land, and they're living there. These are baby boomer white people that are now there and they're retiring, they're having it good, and they're flying their flag down there. So it's not just black people that do it, because I know a lot of people, especially if they listen to Tariq Nasheed, he's focused on black people coming in and they're using black people as buffer groups against us, because that really does happen. But this happens with other groups of people too. They're doing it in Mexico. The white people are terrorizing them, putting drugs in their community with the CIA and FBI. Those people are fleeing. Instead of fighting back, they're running away. Now, I can't blame everybody for doing it, but still, I'm not really a runner like that, other than being a literal runner, but I'm not a fleer. So I would stay and fight. I'm just fight and die. That's just my personality. Right or wrong, however people feel on those things. They're running away from Mexico, and these people are like, yes, we drove the property value down. We're going to take up this land. It's fertile farmland in Mexico. So when our topsoil runs out in the United States in the next 50 years, so we can't grow any more crops, where are we going to grow the crops at? Oh, Jamaica's another spot right there too. Haiti, we got to keep them poor and everything. They got good land. Nigeria has great land. We're going to make sure they're all disorganized and so many of them running out. We're going to slowly move in. So it's going to be slowly and then all at once. That's what's going on right now. And we could prevent this like a snap of a finger if we got all on code. And that's what I'm going to be talking about on these channels. So if you want to hear more like that and solutions, I'm not just going to talk about what's going on. I'm going to talk about a solution, which I did yesterday. I don't want to repeat myself, but we're going to talk about solutions. If you want to do that, subscribe to this channel and subscribe to these two. You go under the channels tab right here, and then that's what we're going to do. Have a good night, everybody. We're going to catch you all back tomorrow. I'm going to try to keep everything very short. Unlike today, it's very they said people are logging in expecting talks about track and field. I suggest you tell us to subscribe to your other channels about Black Talk. Wait a minute. Wait. Y'all talking about murder rates in Jamaica? Hey, y'all don't have to be going back and forth with that. But yeah, we can be talking. Let me just do it this way. Before everybody goes here, I'm reading some of the comments. I was not reading them at first for the last few minutes. Before we start, most of us in these comment sections are black. Most of the subscribers on my channel are black. Whether you count yourself as black or not, that's up to you. Many Jamaicans come up to the United States, including some of the male sprinters. There was at least one that I saw when he got arrested in the United States. He classified himself as white, because you can declare who you are, and on his driver's license it would say white, and when you arrest somebody they'll put the race and they'll say white. The dude darker than me. This is what happens. Many nations, the Cubans, the Puerto Ricans, they come up darker than me or just a shade or two, clearly black, but they'll call themselves something else. We're not even going to get into that. What I want you to know is that every single other group does the exact same thing that are what's happening with black people. The difference is we can't afford to be at each other's throats like this. White people could afford to do tribalism, because that's the word is called, tribalism, and to do their nationalistic pride back then. And then they realized that right around World War II and actually right toward the Civil War and after, really the early 1900s, they could not they can no longer afford tribalism, which is why they started to call the Polish white. They didn't call them white at first. Aryan white is the only white in many of their eyes, and everybody else is kind of like honorary whites. So when it comes through and they're done with us, they're going to go after each other's necks. Nobody else is safe. But yeah, when it comes to talking about black things, this is overtime. So anybody that come here, I gave them the warning already. They just came in late. They just don't realize that we went and we already covered the analysis. That's up to them. They should have came in 2 hours ago. And some people, it's no use of even arguing. All we got to do is get money, get our skills up, get our money, get organized. That's the biggest thing. We can argue amongst cousins, and that's fine. But we don't need to be arguing in front. Since most of us are black, this is why we can have arguments here. We don't need to be arguing in front of no Asian person, no European, nobody else. We can argue in front of each other. Then we just say, all right, shake hands, hug it up, or whatever it is, and then get to business. Anyway, everybody, thank y'all for coming out. We're going to cover tomorrow's results after the fact tomorrow again. Women's 1500. Oh, this must have been the last thing here. But yeah, so we're going to cover again tomorrow's results on the 24th. Let me see when the last event is. It's at 10 something. Oh yeah, hell no, I'm not going to start at 10. I'm going to start right after the men's 100. Let me check when the Jamaica Trials 100 is. Semis. Senior finals. 100-senior finals. Said update pending. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me see what time that's going to be. So I think it's roughly going to be 9:30 p.m. What time will this be? 6 something? Oh shoot, yeah. So we're gonna start tomorrow at about 9:30 because I think that's gonna be after both the men and women for USA and Jamaican. I think USA is starting later. It's so ironic that the heat waves are starting to happen here. If you got $10,000 in US dollars, that's $1 million in Jamaica. So you do the math. That's kind of like pointless. I don't care about the US dollar value thing. Just get your money up. That's all I talk about. Wherever you are relative to where you are, get your money up and that'll be good. Anyway,